So I'm here at the Orlando airport. It's like 8 o'clock in the morning. I got up at 5:30, so it's going to start a really long day. The first flight is to LA, and that flight's like 6 hours long. And then I spent an hour in the LA airport, and then the Shanghai flight is 14 hours. So that's like 20 hours just on the plane. And that doesn't count the time driving and then the layover. And then I don't really know how long customs is going to be, but it's going to be like 24 hours basically of travel. So I've never done that before. I've never flown or traveled for that long in a single day, but it's going to be interesting. I brought a lot of my Chinese books and my vocabulary cards to test while I'm on the plane, but I really hope they have the Starlink thing that I can buy so I have internet, because that would be kind of brutal to just spend 14 hours on the plane. And I can't sleep on a plane, so I'm going to try and see how it goes, but we will see. So this is the beginning of, I guess, another 22 hours. Okay, so here I am. I made it to LA, 6-hour flight. I think I got the experience of bad air travel out of the way on that one. Just weird people sitting next to me. Anyway, now we have another 14-hour flight, but my Orlando flight didn't get delayed, and I got here on time, and it looks like this flight's on time, so that's good. I thought it could have gone a lot worse than that. And it looks like we'll be in Shanghai in about 15 hours, which is going to be crazy. Anyway, I hope I can sleep on the plane. But I think I'll just take a bunch of Benadryl and see what happens. Maybe they'll have to drag my body out of the plane when we get there. Hopefully not. Anyway. So we are in Shanghai. There was a couple issues with the subway. So I guess you have to sign up for the subway with a cell phone number. But I have an eSIM for China that doesn't have my cell phone number attached, so I can't verify the account. So that's interesting. I'm going to have to figure out what's going on with that. And Shanghai is very crowded, but it's very interesting, and the customs people are super serious. They are not messing around. But yeah, it's interesting. I'm going to go check out the hotel and then walk around. Okay, I think I figured out how to get to the hotel, but it's crazy how nice this subway is compared to something like New York or Chicago. It's unbelievable. Like in the stations underground, they have like clean, nice working bathrooms that people go in and use. That's unimaginable in the US.
世纪大道到了， 4号线、6号线、9号线。出站的乘客请手持车票，依次通过闸机到出站。
So this thing right here, I couldn't figure out how to turn the lights on. So if the card is not in here, you don't get any power. Oh wow, what's this?
呼唤小度，小度可以让我来帮您开关灯、空调、电视以及呼唤客房服务，快来试试吧。
So the room talks to you. That's pretty cool. This room is $45 US, which is pretty crazy for being in the middle of Shanghai, and pretty nice. All the hotel, and this is more expensive on the Chinese hotels that I booked. And there's like robots in the lobby, and it's really clean. There's no view though. Look at this, just a wall, brick wall. Something right there. It's pretty nice. It's safe. There's nobody sketchy walking around. Seems like a cool little neighborhood I'm gonna explore. Look at how many bikes there are here. Insane. Okay, so we're here in our first real day in Shanghai, and we've already run into our first adversity, which is kind of a big one. Effectively, I cannot pay for anything in any capacity. So you can't buy a bottle of water, can't take the subway, can't eat at a restaurant. Why is this? So China has this thing called the Great Firewall, and it's a huge internet blocker basically that stops you from connecting to websites that it deems inappropriate inside the country. Like Google is one of them. Okay, a lot of websites can't go on YouTube. Anyway, it also has its own isolated cell phone network. So most cell phone plans, if you come over here, you cannot receive text messages. All right, so I knew these things, and I read all about what you need to do to take a vacation to China, and I set up everything I thought I needed to set up. So I got a credit card that has no foreign transaction fees. I got an eSIM, so I have data on my cell phone when I get into China. That works. If you have a Google phone, you cannot connect to Wi-Fi on your Google phone. So I can't connect to Wi-Fi and like show a boarding pass, for example. So you need roaming data, cell data. And the payment. So when you pay for things in China, because they're a cashless society, you have to set up everything on WeChat and Alipay. It's two different payment apps, basically. It's kind of like WhatsApp, if you've ever been on WhatsApp. But it is for a lot of other things. Like you can buy flights on there, you can take the subway, you can eat at a restaurant and pay for things at a convenience store, for example, with this app that's like WhatsApp. It sounds strange, but that's how they do it. So you connect your credit card to WhatsApp, and then effectively, from what I understood, is you get this QR code, and when you go to pay, kind of like in the United States, where you tap to pay, the vendor scans this QR code on your phone, and then you're on your way and you got all your stuff. That's how I understood it. Turns out this is not the case. So in this app to pay, there's a bunch of other services, they call them. So for example, there's a service for the subway. There's a service for eating at a restaurant. There's a service for whatever, getting a bike, like these little city bikes that go around the city. Okay, fine, no problem. I'll sign up for the service. Well, the service requires you to verify your account with an SMS. That's the problem. I cannot receive SMS from my United States cell phone service phone number in China. It blocks it. So what am I supposed to do? Okay, I'll get a new phone number or something, right? So last night, basically, I'm 30 hours without sleep, trying to get back to the hotel. I finally am able to get this person that lets me pay for the subway with a credit card. I get back to the hotel, check in. Thank God I already bought the hotels before I came here. And I try to go to a restaurant, same thing happens. I can't verify my WeChat Pay, even though it's my credit card in there, because I can't receive a verification, two-step verification text from my cell phone. So last night I'm like, okay, I'm just not going to eat. I'm going to go to bed. I'm exhausted. So I wake up and I have to solve this, right? I can't do anything on vacation without doing this. So I'm like, all right, there's a couple things that I can do. One is I can try to buy a Chinese SIM card that has a Chinese phone number on it. So I look it up, and there's one that does this, and it's like in 3-day packages. So every 3 days I'll pay like $11, and I have this Chinese cell phone number that can do this verification. So that doesn't seem like a very good plan because in Shanghai, there's a lot of services here, Wi-Fi everywhere, whatever. When I go to the more smaller towns that aren't really tourist attractions, I don't want to have to deal with this SIM card thing. It might be a problem. So I'm like, okay, I'll buy new cell phone service in the United States that has international texting. So that's what I do. So it turns out Google has cell phone service, Google Fi, and I'll do that. Okay, no problem. So can't get to Google because it's blocked in China. All right. So I figure out a VPN situation. This is all this morning at like 6 o'clock in the morning. I figure out this VPN situation. I can get onto Google. Awesome. So I go onto Google, and their process is very simple, right? That everything they do is like pretty good. So I sign up for this cell phone service, and I'm like, okay, I need to port my number over because I cannot add a new email or cell phone number into WeChat. Even if I get a new cell phone, it doesn't let me put the new cell phone number in because my account's too new or something it's like a security measure. So that's another huge hurdle. All right, fine. So I want to port my number over, and it says you need your T-Mobile account number. Okay, what is that? Anyway, I get the T-Mobile account number. I log into Germany VPN on my laptop, not on my cell phone, and I get this account number. Okay, fine. Okay, you need to port your number over, obviously. You need this porting PIN number. Okay, that's another verification, and T-Mobile locks me out of my account because I'm trying to sign in from a strange place. That one was from the Philippines, VPN node. And the only way to solve it is to call their customer support number, which I can't do. I can't call or text, no matter what the solution is. Even with a Google Fi number, even with the Chinese SIM with an SMS on it, I cannot call a United States customer support number. It's not possible. I try to sign up for an app on my laptop that lets me make phone calls. Can't do it. Okay, fine. Finally, I'm like, all right, I'm going to switch back, and it takes another hour of customer service chat, and I get a new phone number, a Google international phone number. and boom, I can get text. I tested it out, text, awesome. So I go on there to add the new phone number. Nope, can't add another phone number because of this account restriction. So where I'm at now is that I have now switched completely to Alipay. Now, I don't know what the deal is with Alipay, if it's some kind of surcharge on top of it, but I signed up for a brand new account on Alipay, put my credit card in there, signed up with the Google number, and now I'm going to go test it and see if I can take the subway or eat somewhere. So this is the first day. It's a little bit bumpy, but man, if somebody wasn't tech savvy and they came to China on vacation, I think they would be absolutely cooked, because there's nobody you can talk to. There's no customer support center where you just go to in China where it helps out foreigners, right? Like, that's not how it works. And even if there were, how would you navigate there? Google Maps doesn't work and Apple Maps doesn't work. So it's interesting. I think this is like an advanced vacation as far as vacations go, but I've spent way too much time on customer service and I'm ready to go explore China. So I'm going to walk around. Okay, we finally made it. We got 2 more nights in the hotel. I think my payment stuff is going to work. I'm not 100% sure, but we're out. First day, first real day in Shanghai. So the first errand we need to run is I need to exchange all this cash I have in US money to Chinese RMB, which I'm not even sure I can use the RMB, but I'm going to have it for an emergency. So that's why I brought it. And then we need to get a bigger jacket because I'm wearing like a thin jacket and it is cold here. I didn't think it was going to get cold until Chengdu or maybe even Beijing, but Shanghai is cold, or at least cold for me because I'm a Florida wuss. But okay, we're going to jaywalk here. But yeah, this city is really cool. So I want to take one of those little city bikes out and ride around for a while because that sounds pretty fun. And I also want to check out the Bund, which is like kind of not the downtown. The downtown is called People's Square. I think the Bund is like kind of like Mag Mile or something in Chicago, like Michigan Avenue kind of deal, where it's like a little bit more touristy. But it should be cool. It should be beautiful. The part that we're in right now is called the French Concession, I believe. And it's pretty neat. It reminds me of Chicago a lot, actually. Just a lot cleaner and less crime. Everything here is really safe looking. Okay, so that worked. Finally, WeChat is set up and the international text message worked. So looks like we can take the subway now. The next thing I want to do is check out if I can buy a jacket and then see if I can buy food. Because if we can do all 3 of those things, then we're set. So I couldn't actually go to the bank and exchange cash because the bank was closed. I don't know if it's like a Monday holiday or something, but I'm going to look around and see what my other options are. We got this cool little market here. It's got like cheese and donuts and stuff. I think these are just regular waters. Actually, I'm not sure what the difference is. I noticed they don't have like Diet Coke here at all. It's all like full sugar, which is interesting. Maybe that's a Coke Zero right there. Can't really tell. Yeah, I think it is. It's all warm though. So we got these snacks here. Look at this. Wow, that's cool. Beef jerky. I might try some of that. We got this mall here, which is really clean and nice, and it's in the middle of like a expo center, like a big convention type center. We're here to get jackets. And here's a big Tesla in the middle of the mall. Man, every place in this city is so clean and like nice and orderly. It makes me jealous. Found this crazy like toy store. There's some weird duck thing. pretty cool. Like anime stuff. It's like a little kid store. Selling a banana. That's weird. These are Oppo phones. These are the people that make OnePlus, I think. I have to look up what 3,000 RMB is in dollars, but that doesn't seem too expensive. Ni hao. It's got Huawei phones here. I think that these are actually not allowed to be sold in the United States. I don't know if you can actually use them in the US though. I'm not sure. I don't even know if they would connect. Hello. This is the cell phone company that makes electric cars that I've been seeing on YouTube, and apparently this car is insane. Like the headrest there, when the navigation comes on, the audio plays from this, so it doesn't turn down your music when you're driving and the navigation is going to start. It's basically like a really nice version of a Tesla, but for like 40 grand basically. Like way cheaper than the top of the line Tesla. This is the one that they had on the YouTube channel. This thing's like 45 grand or something US, and it's just insane. The mall is pretty interesting. There's not a ton of people in here for being around Christmas time, and the people at the store are incredibly helpful. They stand like right next to you, and it's a little bit shocking, right? Like being from the US where you just like walk in there and nobody says hi or anything. It feels a little uncomfortable where this person's like just standing right behind you and they're helping you try stuff on. And anyway, I got this heavier jacket. Apparently this brand is like kind of like Arc'teryx or something. It's kind of like an outdoors brand or something, from what I understand. But it's a lot heavier jacket, and it is cold outside for me. So now I think I'm gonna go check out the Bund area, which is like the more serious downtown looking thing with crazy lights or whatever. And I think we might try to check out like a boat tour. I guess there's like these cruises that you go out and you see like the city lights and the whole skyline and everything. And that sounds pretty cool. So we'll check that out. Maybe I'll go look at Fuxing Park, and that will be a good second day. I'm going to get as much done as I can today. We'll see. This looks like a real Shanghai, China apartment right here. This is cool. Really cool. These are the clothes out there. Okay, we're back at the hotel for a little bit. I have to change my shoes and my running shoes. I didn't realize how crazy that 20 hours of flying crushed my back. It hurts so bad. So I also got this aspirin. And the pharmacies here are kind of like in Mexico, if you've ever done that, where you can just buy anything. And I asked the lady using my translator, what's good for your back? And she pulled out this like pack of syringes. I don't know what it was, but it was like some kind of steroidal thing, I think. But I'm not going to take some Chinese steroid syringe. This is just regular aspirin, so that's pretty good. And then I also got this. It's like pork beef jerky, I guess. And I didn't realize this thing has 30 grams of sugar in it. So I know I'm going to break keto for this trip, but I'm not going to eat this whole thing. That's crazy, right? So let's see what's going on with this. It's our first Chinese food. It smells like fruit, kind of. One thing I noticed about Shanghai is like a lot of the city, especially the subway, it has like this very distinct smell, like a bibimbap restaurant. If you ever been to one of those, like a restaurant smell. But all right, let's try this. It's good. Oh, it's spicy. Wow. It tastes like beef jerky. This was like $3. Oh, but yeah, the payment thing, it's getting even crazier. So I finally got a phone number to be able to do payments. No, not enough. So I go to buy something and it says you have to verify your identity, which I already have done like 1,000 times. So I'm not sure if it's for every purchase, but for purchases now, when you buy it, you have to scan your passport and put all your passport information in, take a photo of your face. There's no way that's sustainable. I can't keep that up. But I found this. Coke Zero. I'm quitting caffeine, but I needed to try this. It's not different than regular Coke. It tastes exactly like normal Coke. But I noticed that all of the stores, even though you get drinks in the refrigerator thing, no store has refrigerated drinks. They're all just lukewarm. But whatever, it's good. And then these are freaking awesome. These are like wasabi peas, but it's macadamia nut inside of it. These are freaking good. They're like gigantic. Pretty cool. Crunchy. Okay, next stop, we're going to the Bund. And we're going to check out the skyline. And I want to do Fusing Park and ride the bikes around, but I'm concerned that I'll have a hard time buying one of the bikes because of the payment thing. So who knows? I don't know what to expect there, but we're going to go do it. We're going to get the running shoes on and then take some aspirin and then regroup, and then we're going to go to downtown. Check out this road. Just got like clothes hung up on the bike stand. This seems like some real Shanghai stuff. These guys just hanging out eating a bunch of noodles or something. Yeah, this is cool. So we had another pain with paying again. I wanted to take the little city bikes, kind of like they have in Chicago and New York, and ride them around so I could go check out the city, but the whole payment thing's just crazy. Like, so if you're a foreigner, you need to download the app specifically for the bikes. And okay, so I downloaded it. It's all in Chinese, and the guy at the hotel was helping me out. And you can't use a foreign number. Okay, whatever. So then I tried to use the other payment, Alipay, like Alibaba Pay. Nope, they like locked my account because of suspicious activity. So I don't really know what to do about that. It would suck if I go the whole trip and I can't use those bikes. But we'll see. Maybe I'll get it to work somehow in the future. Okay, we figured it out. We got the bike going. So these blue bikes here, these ones allow me to pay for it with Alipay. But the yellow bikes, these ones right here, those yellow bikes don't allow me to go on them. So I guess I'll just use the blue bikes. That's fine. It's really wonky. It's kind of like a weird, strange. It's hard to control a little bit. People just kind of go on the red light, I guess. That's interesting. Wow. Look at all these bows. Bao. Mi fan. Diaomian. We got this crazy street thing going on here. I was on my way to a tourist attraction and I went the wrong way because the streets were looking pretty cool. And it's like this ancient looking Chinese pedestrian area where there's no cars and it's really cool. There's like all these shops and stuff. And they got all types of crazy food. Wow, look at that. They got like octopus and all this. Bao?
Hello, park.
The octopus. Octopus feet. Alright, check it out. I got the stick of octopus feet. This was $4, 28 RMB. It's mostly wood. Oh, interesting. It's really chewy. It's pretty spicy too. It's really chewy. It's like like conch. It tastes like conch. Have you ever had like conch fritters before? It tastes a lot like conch. Wow, that's spicy. Woo. This is what I'm talking about. This is what I was trying to get in Shanghai. I didn't want to just get some kind of like dumpling or something. There's a lot of dumplings here, but I've had dumplings before. Now this is cool. Octopus foot. Pretty interesting. I feel like this is kind of a lot for Shanghai. I don't know. I think we're supposed to get 4 of these, but she just gave me one. I don't know. Maybe I got it gypped off, but this is cool. Seed things. Very cool.
Yes.
Oh.
The jasmine tea, green tea, flower tea, black tea. Yeah, fruit tea.
来，我们在这里拍。
So it turns out this is actually the place I wanted to go, that I had listed on my itinerary. Yuyuan Garden, it's called. So I was just riding through the streets of Shanghai on that bike, and I saw a cool spot, and it ended up being the spot I wanted to go. So it's actually really cool. It's kind of like this huge market where they sell like tea and all these types of different Chinese food and stuff like this. So I guess it is a little bit more touristy than I thought. But it seems like it's all native people here. All these people seem Chinese, right? There's not a lot of foreigners I'm seeing. But maybe they're from out of town. Maybe they're in China. They live in China and they're just coming to Shanghai on vacation. But it's actually really cool. Man, this place is so nice. And the thing that I keep thinking about is that if this was in the States, there'd just be places with crime around here, right? There'd be like, you know, kind of unsafe spots, and I just couldn't imagine a place like this in like San Francisco, basically, that's this safe and this nice, or Chicago. But it's really cool. The octopus feet, they called it. Those were really good, actually. And I'm gonna get some more stuff like that tonight. I think some kind of authentic, like these beef noodles they have. That could be fun. 你好。
来，
哦，漂亮。
嗯，
Got this little garden area here, out of nowhere. Just walking on the street and pulled over to get one of these Coke Zeros. Got like a little pagoda garden thing. Shanghai is full of all these little like not touristy outcrop things, just like shopping centers for regular Chinese people. It's really cool. 不好意思。All right, so we made it to the Bund. It's cool. Got the skyline in the background with the Shanghai Needle or whatever it's called. It kind of looks like an enormous version of Michigan Ave on the city side of it. It's like a lot of these, like the architecture seems the same. But one of the things that I noticed here that I just caught my mind is there are no birds along this whole waterfront, which is weird. And now that I think of it, I don't remember seeing a single pigeon, or I'd never seen a bird the entire time that I'm here. I don't know if they're like killing the birds or what's up, but it's very strange that I haven't seen a bird. So I don't know what that's about. Maybe I'll Google it or something. But it's pretty cool. This seems to be like actually the huge tourist area, but I'm still not seeing a lot of Europeans or Americans. There's one here, I see him, but that's like the first one in a long time. But I saw 2 Germans, but yeah, it's mostly Asians, which makes sense. But I just thought it'd be a lot more like New York, or even Chicago, where you see a million people from a bunch of different places. But it's cool. I kind of like the French concession better, I think, than this so far. This is, it's just a lot of people, a lot more touristy, but it's cool. And again, I don't see any homeless people or never felt unsafe in any of the places. I definitely had a lot of people trying to sell me stuff in the Yuyuan bazaar, but that's fine. It's cool. It's kind of like Mexico, where they want you to buy like a scarf or some kind of fake bag or something. But yeah, the Bund. A lot of this older architecture looks like German. This is a pretty cool little street. I took a detour from the walking path because this looked kind of like a cool little downtown looking area. This does not remind me of New York at all. Shanghai doesn't. Like, it's as big as New York and it's a world-class city, but this is way more like Chicago than it is New York, in my opinion. This does not feel like New York. New York is way everything's way smaller in New York. All the shops, all the apartments, the roads are tinier. This is way bigger. Like, it's more planned out in a modern way from what I can see. Maybe there's like spots that are a little bit different, but it does not remind me of New York at all. This is the People's Park. It looked a little bit cooler than Fuxing Park. Fuxing Park looked pretty small. But this is cool. This is in the middle of the super duper downtown that I saw. That's some bird. This is my first bird, finally. See a bird. Some cool little walkways and paths.
先买，没有这不必要。马上就要到我生日了，是吧？
小巴之后才能卖。真的吗？是啊，不是是卖小巴，小巴是挺好的，真的。人家啊，有点洗，这就是要把电视给。
was interesting. So there's a lot of these like little Chinese shops in this. I don't know what this is. It's crazy looking. It's like some gigantic square. This might be People's Square, actually, now that I think about it. But yeah, I went there and I was practicing my Chinese, and there was like this dust, brown dust, in a big bowl, all these bowls, and it's like meat thread, kind of. I guess it's like shredded up dried meat. And the lady was cool because she thought it was interesting that I could speak a little bit of Chinese and I could understand her. So she was giving me tastes of it. It's really salty. It was good. And then another lady gave me like a shrimp. Like it's like little dried up like snacks of like shrimp and fish that they're dry and you put them in like a bag and eat them, I guess. And I didn't like those as much as I liked the shredded up meat powder thing. But yeah, it's very interesting. Tastes good, salty. Eat a lot of salt here.
位于上海中心大厦旁，顶部有一个倒梯形风洞的建筑，就是上海环球金融中心。外形简约流畅，为目前世界上最高的平顶式大楼。上海环球金融中心于
冇問題，我肥得，我這身我就進不了了。100個唔得。
Cooperation is appreciated. 各位游客，欢迎来到外滩滨江旅游观光。大家在文明游览的同时，请看管好自己的随身物品。星空灿烂。 并存环。深海洗空间。之路。云心雨。
Okay, so we just went through that crazy, weird Willy Wonka tunnel thing, which was cool. It was like $7, and otherwise you'd have to take the subway, which I've done, you know, like a dozen times already. It was pretty interesting. So we just went from Shanghai to Pudong, which is like a little island, and that's where all those huge skyscrapers are. So I'm hoping we can go check some of them out, maybe grab some food. So Pudong is actually super empty. It's kind of like the Loop in Chicago, where I think it's just a lot of like business people and a couple tourists, but for being around Christmas time, it's like totally dead. Like this street, I mean, it's 8 p.m. and there's just nobody here. So it's interesting. It's really nice. Like everything is super luxury looking and it's very clean. One of the things that is blowing me away is how clean all the bathrooms are. Like I remember the last time I was in New York, I was in Murray Hill and I had to pee and I was like, it was impossible to find a place with a bathroom. Like you could not, you just had to pee your pants basically. And there's bathrooms everywhere and all of them are immaculate and there's no insane people in the bathroom. Like you don't ever feel danger. One guy I think was smoking a cigarette in the stall, but a lot of Chinese people seem to be smoking cigarettes, so that wasn't that big of a deal. But the bathroom situation in Shanghai is like the greatest I've ever seen. So anyway, we're on our way to the Shanghai Tower. It is, I think, the tallest building in China. So we're gonna go check it out. Maybe we'll go to the top, maybe not. I don't really care to do another huge tourist thing where there's like a million people around me, but I want to go check out around and see what it's like, you know, at the base of it. See if there's like a little park there or something. Could be kind of cool. Looks like there's another huge mall here. Anyway, I got to start thinking about what I'm going to eat. I want something that's like really authentic Chinese, not just some chain or something. There was a place, like a street I saw when I was riding my bike to the park that was like really kind of local looking stuff, where it seems like that was a place where people who live in Shanghai eat. So maybe I'll go check that out. get some food, and then tomorrow morning we're going to wake up really early and go to Suzhou, which is kind of like, looks like Venice kind of. It's like an hour away on the magnet train, so we'll check that out. Okay, so the payment problems continue, unfortunately. The apps for paying for the food don't work. So I can buy stuff at a convenience store, I can take the train, I can buy a plane ticket, but I can't use the apps that eat at a restaurant. So one of them is the bike app for the yellow bikes, and the other one is this Red Fox app. And both of them won't let me log in. So that's going to be a big problem. I need to figure out what's going to do. Alright, so we're going to try this food. So we got some spice thing. Like a little bit of spice on the top. Okay. Let's try it. I got beef with vegetables. Neo roll. It's good. It's like Korean barbecue. This place is like in the heart of Shanghai. Like it's authentic. It's not a chain. So, pretty good.